Welcome back. Messages of support continue to pour in for President Cyril Ramaphosa. The president delivered a watershed State of the Nation address last night. He called on South Africans to work together. He has also made a plea to international investors to look south.
Now is the time for each one of us to say, South Africa, send me.
A clarion call to the nation. Ramaphosa's vision of all people working together. And for those who pushed for change, the country must now focus on the task at hand.
It's a collective of young people who want to re-energize the ANC. So that's what was our strength. And we knew that this represents a new birth for the ANC. And for the ANC to have this new birth, it needed to take tough and difficult decisions, and which decisions will enable the ANC to move forward towards the general elections without having to deal with the issues of the past. We know that from time to time they will rear their ugly heads and so forth, but the ANC will be able to say we have indeed taken a difficult decision, but we need to move on.
It's a new dawn. Really, it's about renewal, it's about jobs, it's about unity. I think Comrade Ramaphosa will deliver South Africa to greatness.
I think we must have the emergence again of the draw us all together.
What we're happy about is that there's going to be some reshuffle in the sense that those who don't perform, definitely they'll have to give space. And so we are highly impressed and we are reinvigorated, and we will definitely win these coming elections.
A key focus will be on youth and women.
I was saying, sitting next to the Minister of Finance, that the President is going to need a lot of Red Bull and a lot of Lucozade. So his budget had better be increased to do what he needs to do. But he is very programmatic about what he's going to do about solving the problem. It's not just an enlistment of what the problems that we all know are, but exactly what it is that he's going to do.
The mention of Masisulu brings a whole package. Not just think, if you mention that name, we know what it means and what it stands for.
The national conference in December, the sense of dignity was restored to the ANC, and I'm certain that our people look forward to a lot of hard work, a lot of integrity, but also delivery, man. You know, we've been talking about delivery for so many years. South Africans now want to see it.
Alliance partner SACP says it can't be business as usual.
That we shall not allow any shenanigans anymore that will actually lead to any excuse to not follow what the Constitutional Court has ruled. And also his commitment to fight corruption is something that is very important, and he sent a very important message. But for us also as the SACP, what we think he connected well is something we've been emphasizing. We are not going to turn our country around unless we start by dismantling the parasitic networks around the state, in the state-owned enterprises, in the civil service. Unless we begin to dismantle those parasitic networks, we are actually locked in a permanent situation of undermining the very goals that we want to achieve.
Eskom, one of the SOEs poorly managed in the past, has a new board. It says it is ready to effect change.
Mr. Machela Koko resigned. It is important to know that he resigned 2 minutes before the start of his disciplinary hearing. And in terms of our laws, when an employee terminates, you have to terminate immediately. We also thought it would be fruitless and wasteful expenditure to continue to pursue this. But his resignation with immediate effect means there is nothing that is going to be paid. But we also recognize, assure that we will not stop in pursuing other legal means to recover any assets of Eskom that could have injury that Eskom could have suffered.
For the man who played a role in the education of the president, a proud moment, and faith leaders equally upbeat.
He was a humble man who was just interested in his work. Ex-Canon Twane, a brilliant scholar. I'm not surprised. It is an honor to me to his parents and all those people who have had a contribution to make to what he is today.
There's a new commander-in-chief, and his note today resonated well with the gospel imperatives for now. His note today was encouraging. I felt like, wow, I can be a South African today. I need to roll up my sleeve. I need to remind myself of that Isaiah passage by Hugh Masekela, "Send me, Lord," and I will rededicate myself to also upholding him on the very first comment that ethical and moral leadership should characterize what they do as government.
I think he did well. If he can implement what he said, South Africa will become a better place.
Now the focus will be on who will be the Deputy President of South Africa. Sophie Mukwena, SABC News, Johannesburg.